Find a linear equation satisfying the condition if possible. Your line passes through -3, 2 and -1, 8. That's all they told me. And I also see that they've got my answer over here, y equal to. So right here, they're going to want this in the mx plus b form. They want it set equal to y. So I need the slope and I need the y-intercept. And there's more than one way to figure this out, but since I have to find the slope and all they gave me was 2 points, I'm going to use the slope formula, which says take the y-coordinate of the second point minus the y-coordinate of the first point over the x-coordinate of the second point minus the x-coordinate of the first point. And since I've got a lovely highlighter down here, y sub 2, the y-coordinate of the second point, I'm looking at this, this will be the y-coordinate of the second point. So, boop, I'm going to put an 8 right there, all right, minus y sub 1, the y-coordinate of the first point, that would be this one. That's what's going to go right there. That is 2. And then I've got the x-coordinate of the second point. That would be this one here. That's what's going to go there. That would be -1 minus the x-coordinate of the first point, which is this one right here, which goes right here. Boop. All right, so now I just got to do the math. 8 minus 2 is 6. -1 minus a -3. When you subtract a negative, that is really just adding a positive. I mean, think about it. If you have something negative in your life and somebody comes along and just takes it away, isn't that really a positive thing? Just something to think about. And then -1 plus 3, this is like saying, I have $3 in my pocket, but I owe my buddy 1. Well, if I give him $1, I got 2 left. And then 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we now know that this number right here is 3. Now, at this point, you can either figure out B using the y equals mx plus b formula, or you can use a formula called the point slope formula, which says y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And now that I have the slope, I know that this 3 goes right here. And then what you can do is you can use the x and y coordinates of your first point or your second point. Since the formula has x sub 1 and y sub 1, I'm just going to use, the points that I had before. X sub 1 was green, so I'll put that one right here. That was the -3. And y sub 1 was the purple color, right? Y sub 1. So purple was a 2. And then all I have to do is solve this for y. First things first, over here on the right side inside those parentheses, I have another subtracting of a negative, and subtracting a negative is adding a positive. And then I'm going to distribute this 3 here. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 3 is 9. And then the last step is to add over the 2 to both sides. Cancel that out. And I get y is equal to 3x plus 11. I hope that's still showing up in my screen. I'm cutting it close. So that's what I'm going to put up here when I go back into, I'm going to have y equals 3x plus 11. Now that's just one way to do it. The other way you could do it if you wanted to is use the y equals mx plus b. you just figured out that the slope was 3, okay? And then you have an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate. Pick one of your 2 points. It doesn't matter whether you pick the first one or the second one. I'll pick the second one this time. The x-coordinate for the second one, let's see, the second was yellow, so the x-coordinate right here, that would be -1. And then the y-coordinate of the second point, that was my pink, right? Yep, so pink goes here, and that was an 8. So what I have here is 8 equals 3 times -1 is -3 plus b, and then I would add the 3 over, and there it tells me that b is equal to 11, but then I'd have to go back and rewrite the whole thing and say y equals, what was m? M was 3, x plus b I just found to be 11, and it's the same answer. And for any of you doubting Thomases out there, I'm coming back here and typing 3x plus 11. And then my how did you do? And I got the green. Woohoo! And of course they showed the steps down here. They calculated the slope first. They used the point slope formula. Here it is, point slope form, and then solved it. But, you know, I showed you this other method where you just use the y equals mx plus b, plug in one of the 2 points, and it doesn't matter. I could have done the other. Y equals mx plus b. M is 3, but instead of the second point, -1, 8, I could put the 2 here. Oh, wait, that was y, sorry. I could put the x-coordinate is -3 and the y-coordinate is 2. 3 times -3 is -9. And then add 9 over, and I still get 11 for my b. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which point. And if I did the same thing on this, instead of putting in the second point, or the first point, if I put in the second point, I'd still get y equals 3x plus 11. So, fun times.